Alan, how have you done it, and how confident are you that the shoulder's going to stand up to the rigours of Test match rugby?
Well, it wasn't just me. There's a lot of help back home. I'm not going to say it's all me. I think I've had a lot of support and a lot of planning that was put in place from out here with regards to the shoulder itself. I think there's a few guys got questions for Gats whether there's a test cap involved from the session we had yesterday. So, I'm looking forward to it.
It's your 10th successive Lions test cap, Alan. Looking at the team, how strong is it, and how confident are you about the right results on Saturday?
I think, as Gats has said, he's probably had the hardest job with the selection because of the quality player and quality person we have. We set out, and the message I gave to the squad back in the Lensbury was, we've come to win a test series, and I think we have a squad and a side that's capable to start that ball rolling.
After that ringing endorsement, can I turn to the old man himself? Alun Wyn, congratulations. How does this test week compare to the others that you've had so far?
Well, it's still very young as we're, on our day off. Bit of R&R. I think it's been pretty whistle stop for me since I spoke to Gats and some of the management about being involved on Saturday, literally off the plane, because we haven't really got that far, obviously, because the timelines have moved forward a little bit. So I was fortunate enough to get the game time on a Saturday and put myself in contention. So to be sitting here now and involved in the test week, everything I've worked for really over the last, if I'd be lying if I say it was 2 years. It's probably 4 years. Obviously, when you finish a series or a tour, you don't know whether you're going to do a next one, on a lot of games go under the bridge, as it were. So to be sitting here now, is a very, very special thing. But like I say, it's only a very short step towards what's going to be hopefully a very enjoyable week.
In the starters, you've got yourself, Maro, Courtney and Jack are all lined out forwards. There's also Tig on the bench, and Tom Curry and Hamish Watson have also been used. Is that an indication of how important the line-out is going to be in this series?
Yeah, very much so. I think the impact the set piece has on the game generally is huge. In times gone by, you'd say it's just to restart the game, but I think definitely knowing the players we're coming up against and the set piece is a pillar, what Springboks use. There's definitely opportunity and variation there that we have, and as Gats said, we have that ability, if you like, coming off the bench to add and aid our attack. So it's a very big focus point, particularly for the opposition that we're going to face.
History says it's very difficult to win a series in South Africa if you don't win the first test. It's not impossible, but difficult. How much of an advantage would it be to go one up in a 3-match series?
I think that's anything in sport. I've done enough Six Nations launches to, that word that comes out and everybody's used it as momentum. And it's exactly the same in a series. You want to get out the blocks, as much as the opposition, and it's our opportunity to do that on the weekend.
Thank you.
Alun Wyn, hi, it's Michael Corkin from RTE here. Congratulations on your selection. It's good to see you back again. Can I ask you to compare and contrast the sort of almost emotional state from when you walked off the pitch in Edinburgh to landing in South Africa? You must have been delighted for fellas to be battering you around the place again.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I can't swear on here, so I won't go into too much detail. But the first few days after that and getting home, I think I was at home on the sofa before the guys had even got to the airport on the Sunday. So that was a tough one. Fast forward to the Tuesday when I was told there was a chance. It was bordering on surreal. So to be here and taking the knocks and bumps and being in amongst it with the group, it means more. I'm not going to lie, it means more in the fact of I'd spent 2 weeks with the guys and was getting to know people. We were bedding into the rugby. Obviously, had the 7 minutes, and for those 2 days, that was my tour done. But like I say, I had the decent news on the Tuesday, and sometimes all it needs is a chance. And I was willing to work hard and get myself and make it difficult for the guy next to me to make myself available for selection, like I say.
You're in a situation now where you're going to lead the team, obviously, this coming weekend. What are the kind of key messages you'll be trying to get across to the match day 23, kind of the night before the game, when you're on the way to the game, when you're in the changing room before that match?
Very basic. I think when you get to this level and the caliber of player we have, it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. We've seen the rugby that we've been able to play and produce across the games leading up to this week. I think a big one's going to be composure. We're going to be in an arm wrestle. As Gats has said, there's going to be a territory battle. So the basic messages are going to be along those lines. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. There's obviously going to be a lot of emotion involved anyway. But the caliber of player and the simplistic nature and that approach is what I've used with previous teams and Wales in the past, and I'll continue in a similar vein.
Cheers, man. If I could ask to speak to Mr. Gatland, the head coach there, if you don't mind, please. Mr. Gatland, can you tell me what your expectations are in terms of South Africa and the threat they're going to pose on Saturday?
Brilliant. Just a very quick one to Alun Wyn, if I can. Alun Wyn, you mentioned how, when you left Edinburgh, things were pretty bleak, and come the Tuesday, you got that sort of little bit of hope. What was going through your head when you did get the call, or you were told that you might be able to make the first test after all?
Well, I think the first thing we did, we got all the to be honest with you, there weren't many thoughts I could probably share with you, but it was a quick couple of phone calls to get all the apparatus I needed to start the recovery ready for the next day. And I made sure I didn't dwell on that and the situation for too long. It was about being proactive and starting the recovery, and that's what I did, and I guess that's why I'm here.
Thanks, guys.
Afternoon, guys. Alun Wyn, having come so close against the Boks with Wales in 2019, will that be in your mind going into this test, the battle that was and the emotions that you felt after the game?
Yeah, realise how close it was, and in part there's a lot of similarities, I suppose, in what we're expecting from the Springboks, but you've got to park that. It's gone. This is a same colour jersey but a different badge on it, and that's the focus. And like I say, you can't dwell, but that experience gives us, the guys that are involved from a Welsh perspective and an English perspective, obviously in that tournament, and the knowledge to know what we're going to go up against, and focus about this weekend and nothing that's passed.